How's it going, everybody? So today I'm gonna be doing my top 5 personal keys, and this was a tag started by Alex the Comic Hoarder. So I was tagged personally by the main man himself, Alex the Comic Hoarder. So check out this video. Hello, people of YouTube. It's the obnoxiously handsome Alex the Comic Hoarder, and I would like to take the time to personally tag the equally obnoxiously handsome Jag from Black Swamp Comics. Freaking dude's cool. He's got a cool collection. So, hold on, man. Let me take a sip out of this. All right. So yeah, make sure to check out this top 5, and I mean, there it is, man. There is the proof. Haters gonna say it's fake, but how am I gonna fake that, bro? You can't fake that. No, seriously. I was just kind of looking for a funny way to tag myself in. Nobody tagged me, but that's not gonna stop me from sharing my top 5 because I thought this was a pretty cool tag, and I wanted to jump in. And before we get started, I want to go ahead and tag a few people. Obviously, I'm gonna be tagging my dude Geeks. I'm pretty sure he's got a killer top 5 that he can share with you guys. Also want to tag Sam I Am, Comic Books NYC. Mark Spector already got tagged, so we'll tag him. Go ahead and tag John's Comics with Kids. Also Comic Kid 84. Guy needs to come out of retirement. He's got a dope ass collection. He showed off. And one coming out of nowhere, I want to tag the Comic Queen. She's mostly on Instagram, but she's got some killer books. I think it would be cool to see her top 5 as well. And I'm also gonna go ahead and you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and tag Comic Tom 101. I'm gonna tag Gem Mint. Just gonna be tagging those dudes. I know like they're probably like super busy, probably don't have time for this, but whether you like it or not, they are part of the community. So, you know, I guess if they want to, or they see this or whatever, you know, it'd be cool to see them participate in the community tag as well. So anyways, let's go on with the books. So I want to be like the big homie Alex the Comic Hoarder, because he showed a magazine on his top 5, and I went ahead and gonna show you guys another magazine as well. So this is magazine Fantastica. This is a treasury edition board because it's so weird shape. What's cool about this is that this is a Polish sci-fi magazine from 1981. And what's cool about it is that inside of these pages is the first printed story of The Witcher. All right, so if you're a Witcher fan, this is really cool, right? So pretty much what happened was Magazine Fantastica was having a contest for storytelling, and then they printed the best ones. So apparently Andrew Sapkowski came in 3rd. So that should tell you something about awards and stuff, how they don't always highlight the best talent, but he is in here. So I don't know who the other 2 guys is. Another thing is, it is in Polish, but it is The Last Wish. So if you read like the first Witcher book, that's pretty much, you know, part of it was printed in here. So this is really cool, from 1981, very rare book. I've never seen it here in the States, hardly ever. I mean, you can still get it, but you'll have to get it out of Poland, because that's where this is from. Witcher's big in Poland. There's no spec with this. I mean, pretty much Witcher's dead spec now, just because Netflix kind of messed it up. I don't know. To me, it was very heartbreaking when I heard that the writers were talking about mocking the source material and switching it all up, and I don't know. I just feel like that's some kind of Hollywood thing where people like some kind of arrogance where people think that they can do better than the source material. Like the source material is already the cream of the crop, right? Like this story, you know, had to win this contest, and then it had to go through trials and tribulations as a comic and to be considered to even be a movie, right? Same thing with a lot of modern writing. You know, how many comic stories do we get every single week? Not all of those, most of those are not worthy of a show or a movie. So that's why I'm kind of thinking, you know, like put a little bit of more respect on the original writers, the original source material, and everything will be cool, man. Everything will be all right. So cool little book. next book I want to show you, I have to reach back there and grab it, is Sandman Universe, Nightmare Country for No One. So this is a very recent book, came out last year, and this is the 1 in 100 ratio variant for Jenny Frison. So this is a beautiful, beautiful cover of Death of the Endless. Very cool. I really loved it. I took a big chance on this because a lot of speculators kind of slept on this Sandman book, pun intended. And I was anticipating on actually, you know, taking a loss on this, but I was like, I don't care. That art is so great. That is one of the best Jenny Frison books covers. And not only that, but it's also one of the best Death of the Endless covers, if not the best Death of the Endless cover. So very cool. Netflix show, I thought it was pretty cool. No spec on this either. It's just a really cool book. If anything, it's dead spec because of the casting of Death of the Endless in the Netflix, which I didn't have a huge problem with it. I think her actress is named Baptiste, a beautiful woman. However, I don't think she was the right fit for it. Mostly because I thought she seemed a little bit older and very athletic. I thought that was like that kind of put me out, because Death of the Endless, I think what made her appeal is that the first 7 issues she was getting built up as this big powerful being. You know, even Morpheus, when he got caught, when they actually meant to catch Death, he was like, oh, you guys are so lucky, you guys caught me and not my sister Death, because she's a badass or whatever, you know. So it made Death seem like this very scary creature, you know. Like when you think about Death, you think about like the Grim Reaper and all this stuff. And then you go through this emotional roller coaster in the diner, and then when we finally get to the issue where she debuts, turns out Death is like this little petite, scrawny, you know, emo girl, and she's very sweet and bubbly, you know. And I think that was kind of like the impact of her, right? Because can you imagine dying and then meeting a little emo girl who makes you feel like everything's gonna be okay? And I think that's where I felt like the casting should have been a little bit more. They should have probably gone for someone a little bit younger and smaller. Skin color, I really don't care, to be honest. Like, they could have made her Asian if they wanted to or whatever, but I think if they would have just made her like small, petite, and you know, bubbly with the, you know, because Batiste had the attitude, but you know, it just kind of took me out. So anyways, very cool book, very enjoy it, very awesome. So now, speaking of like, hold on, let me straighten this out. Speaking of like sticking to the source material, here is my reader copy of The 300 by Frank Miller. Lynn Varley was the artist on here. And when I tell you guys that when it comes to adapting a comic book, Zack Snyder knew how to do it. Literally, almost panel for panel. Like, I'll show you guys some panels and like some stills from the movie, and almost word for word on the dialogue. Like, some of the dialogue was a little clunky and they switched it, but that's because it was clunky in the book. But everything else was perfect, you know, and they just adapted it. And it just gave us like one of the best cinematography movies. Like, the angles coming from the book, even like the tone, like that gold sepia color tone on it, came from the book. So that's very cool. To me, that is awesome. Zack Snyder understood the assignment, and he knew that this was one of the best comic book stories that were being told, one of the best graphic novels, and he treated it as such. So, and it just gave us so many classic lines, so many classic moments. Gerard Butler was well casted. He had like a commanding presence. You know, this is Sparta. And it was just a great film. Awesome. This is my reader copy. I got a 9.6 up there, and I got like the DVD limited edition and stuff like that. So top 5. So these are pretty much stuff that makes me excited. Like right now, I was just like, what top 5 books in my collection make me excited? Not necessarily the most expensive ones. Those are on another level. I love those books. But I wanted to do books that what makes me excited right now, and to include Infinite Crisis number 5. So this is one of my copies, one of my raw copies. I just love this character, man. He's just like Peter Parker but he's also happens to be Hispanic. He's like a Hispanic Peter Parker, right? He's not a complete clone. You know, they didn't just take Peter Parker and, you know, put a brown filter on him. I think that, you know, I think he was a very unique character in his own right. There's some stuff that makes him unique. And yeah, he borrows ideas from like the Venom, the whole symbiosis. He borrows ideas from Iron Man, the spider suit, the Iron Spider suit, Green Lanterns, you know, but it fits and it works and he's badass. So I can see him being a hit with a lot of the younger Latino cultures. And I will say this, I follow a lot of stuff like in Spanish. So like DC and Latin America, or whatever, like their social media accounts. And I'm gonna tell you guys, like, he is buzzing in Latin America. A lot of people were kind of iffy on the trailer, but in Latin America, he's buzzing. All right. And just to throw this out there, guys, so I am speculating on that book. And just to throw this out there, guys, I think I saw like the movie map. So I saw like some statistics on like the largest growing cinema audience, and it's Latinos. So I think I think Jaime Reyes is gonna be great. My last book, man, it's this book. It's just because I love it every time I look at it. And this is Swamp Thing number 9.0. This is definitely the best Bernie Wrightson cover of that first volume. So this is not including the first appearance in House of Secrets 92, which I do have up there. And I do love that cover. But in that first run, like, this one's just amazing. Like, look at it, just like coming out of the muck encrusted mockery of a man. Absolutely love Swamp Thing, love the stories. They're so deep, they're so rich, they're so thoughtful. And I hope that when DC gets to them, I hope that they really take their time and really adopt and respect what Alan Moore and Bernie Wrightson and Len Wein did. I really hope they respect it, and I feel like they will be rewarded with much and lots of dinero. Okay, all right, cool. So that's it. That's my top 5. If you have not been tagged, go ahead, jump in. Who cares? Like, nobody cares. Like, jump in, do your top 5, be a leader, get your people involved, tag your people. Tag the people you interact with, whatever, tag random people, it doesn't matter. Just do what you want to do, right? Do what you want to do. It's part of the community. Just be you. All right, cool. You guys take care. Peace.